decided to talk during this one. Oh, even though for the past few I've been kind of quiet, I just kind of realized that when it comes to like approaching a game from a beginner perspective, it's not really the gameplay that brings me to watch these videos. So I figure if I'm going to do these, I want to do these to the point where I can get as much as I can out of it. And I guess I do that by giving back, right? Sharing my thoughts. So one thing that I have noticed a lot of traction on, and maybe this is just because my algorithms are just more in line with Soul Calibur now, I guess because I'm streaming these little videos or whatever. But a lot of people are talking about Soul Calibur 7. And they're like, when Soul Calibur 7, and just the Soul Calibur videos seem to be sort of going across my screen, similar to like all other video games. There are some sort of tried and true video game history formats. There's like tried and true like video game journalism all throughout social media. I mean, more or less all throughout YouTube. You'll see these videos. They'll be like videos going over just typical things in regards to fighting games, people's likes, people's dislikes. So I'm just seeing these things come across my screen with Soul Calibur. And it is what it is, as someone who's played this game my entire life, people say what they do or whatever. But I'm actually writing Soul Calibur conceptually. So if you would like more of a concise background of Soul Calibur from someone who's an actual purist, then you can check the link in the description, and it will show you the concept that I'm writing for Soul Calibur. It could be considered Soul Calibur 7. I don't know I honestly don't know what they're doing. Last time I checked, Harada had mentioned that he's happy that like Soul Calibur is no longer in production. So for you that probably don't know, I mean, Harada's from Namco. He's the guy behind Tekken. Supposedly there had been some sort of rivalry between Tekken and Soul Calibur. And supposedly, Harada is just like after Soul Calibur 6, at some point, I guess they determined through like some budgeting at Namco that like Soul Calibur was to be discontinued. So I don't know what they're doing, but what I can say is that what they have done since Soul Calibur 4 has not particularly been something that a purist would really kind of like gravitate towards. And what I mean when I say that is like Soul Calibur 5. It just really was not really the move. Soul Calibur 6 is a correction of that. So but to say Soul Calibur 6 is pure, I can't exactly contest that, because I like Soul Calibur 6 a lot. I would say it's the best Soul Calibur since 4. So I don't know if it's a matter of odd numbers. I don't know if it's a matter of even numbers with this thing. I don't know if they have to mess up in order to figure out what it is that they need to do right. I think that's more or less the case. But one thing I do know is if it doesn't excite the core, then you're virtually building an entire new audience. And with a new audience, the audience has to, you're basically taking on their tastes. And by doing so, you lose the core of the game. Some people can argue that it's the more ideal thing to do, but I beg to differ. And I beg to differ on the strength of Rockstar Games. And the success of Grand Theft Auto. Because, a lot of people look at Grand Theft Auto and think it's like this successful game because it's like provocative and you know what I mean, it's a sandbox and it's all free and stuff like that. But really, Grand Theft Auto is a legendary game because it's a game that's passed down from generation to generation. It's that simple. I'm not going to elaborate on it because I'm genuinely writing this concept, and so I can't exactly explain, a lot of things that I shouldn't have to. Like, I just can't do it. This is for beginners, but I will say that if you're into Soul Calibur, if you love Soul Calibur, especially if you grew up with it, then you will find incredible fulfillment just through being exposed to it. Like, what I have put together is truly great. So, there's a link to that in the description. But this is Day Calibur. I think this is episode 9. And this is basically where I go through the early stages of relearning Soul Calibur again. And basically with the objective of going as far as I can. Getting to the point of actually being a master at the game. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people cannot become masters. And I don't want to say it's sad, but a lot of it has to do with the simple fact that the art is lost. The art is lost. And because the art is lost, the ability to fight is also lost with it. These people can't fight. These people are gamers. So, understanding this, what I'm doing is I'm kind of like explaining from a beginner perspective what it means to fight. Now, the last time I spoke during one of these, I talked about how the core of fighting is between good and evil. And it is. And so it's these variables that I'm kind of adding to the equation, which over time will amount to great players. It's just when it comes to fighting, the ability to fight is something that you're it is a talent. It's something that you're born into, and most people do not know what it truly means, and for this reason most people just can't achieve anything in fighting. They may be able to be tough, they may be able to take a really good beating, they may have a lot of courage, but it never amounts to anything because they don't actually they don't have what it takes. Like they don't, and then if they did have what it takes, they wouldn't know how to access it. Fighting is so much more than just being an athlete. A lot of this comes from your soul. And for this and a multitude of reasons, a lot of people, they end up going down the wrong path. And so it's like when it comes to like stuff like Tekken and stuff like that, I can't talk, like this at this stage that I'm at with Tekken. I'm kind of like really more like online competitive player, technical discussion with that. Here with Soul Calibur, I'm literally teaching you the philosophy from the beginning. And this is a very important part because this will truly define how you develop and where you go. Where you develop, how you develop, and where you go. The best fighters became the best fighters through purism, through understanding pure fighting. And through purely understanding fighting, you can achieve the greatest heights. Other than that, you're pretty much relying on athletic performance. And that's something that comes with time. But see, those will be the type of people that will need to overpower in order to be able to consistently win. When you understand fighting from a pure perspective, all you have to do is just fight better than the person in front of you. This is why the master is always able to beat the disciples regardless of what they think they do or what they've done or where they've been and all this other stuff. Because there's so much more to it than just power. These people were playing me the other day. These people have more games than I have hours. These people have more wins than I have hours playing. And that's probably not a good, you know what I mean? Like when it's broken down like to its greatest detail, but you understand what I'm saying. These people will have experience beyond yours that is out of this world. Like you would have sat here and spent like for every these people will have experience compared to yours that's out of this world. These people will play every single day from sun up to sundown. Have 100 times the experience as you, and have only traveled half as far. And through their logic, they'll say, if I need to be more consistent, or if I need to improve by this percentage, then it's that percentage in which I need to continue to try, or it's that percentage in which I need to uh, go on. And I'll be honest, a lot of times it's true. But here's the thing, these people would have spent 3,000 games and they're still at a fraction of where you're at. They would have These people will have 20,000 wins and still be a fraction of where you're at. So in their mind, they're like, okay, well, if I want to become 60% more successful, then I need to play. Then I have 60% more of a way to go. So they can have fun with that. That's basically the typical span of a jabroni. That's their path to glory. When you see these people, when you see these powerful jabronis out there, just know that they are powerful because they have fought and won 1,000,000 games. So they get to be they get to be one of these top tier jabronis on the internet. These people would have won 1,000,000 games to get to where they're at. And when you don't know how to fight, that's what it takes. It's going to take you a million. It's going to take you 1,000,000 days and 1,000,000 nights. But when you understand fighting from a pure perspective, it could take you like 15 fights, 25 fights. Just giving them a fair comparison to their 1,000,000 fights, it'll literally take you like 300,000. It'll take you 30% of the effort to achieve what it is they have to do. Why is this? Because these people are grinding. And they're learning everything through trial and error. But it is what it is. This is fighting. They can have fun with that. That's the consequence of not actually having this talent or knowing anyone that truly knows how to fight. See, it's now if they knew someone that knew how to fight, then those 1,000,000 games could be reduced to like 500,000. If he's if he meets a top tier jabroni, let's just say he meets a top tier jabroni. Top tier jabroni could take him from 1,000,000 games to about 500,000. I mean, that's if all the stars align and everything works out, the way it's supposed to go. But this is a person dealing with a jabroni. If he were to actually know the pure approach, he would have been at 300K and he would be able to never even break a sweat over the guy who's at 1,000,000, because you got to realize this man did 300,000 games to get to the point where the guy that did 1,000,000 games to get to. So who at that point has the greater ratio? And so it's in this same regard that this pure fighter can take a new fighter and shorten their distance just based on understanding what it takes. Now this could take you 1,000,000. I don't know. People they derive this information different ways. But I'm the type of player where these people are scared. And this comes from purely understanding how to fight. Jabronis will try to dominate with stats. Jabronis will try to dominate, however, with picking characters. oh, I know this character is always on the ground, so when I take this damage, it's only going to be a fraction of the damage, so I can go wild. Like, that's how they think. This is also how they play. I mean, this is what they do. Jabroni will say, oh man, this attack right here. And so it doesn't matter what they do. They can even play boss characters. They can even play a character. They can even play a character that is unfair. They'll get to those million games. You'll get through 300. They'll get through a million games. You'll get through 300,000. And when they finally get to the same place you're at, if there's clearly one victor in the situation, there's one person that's clearly going to consistently win. This is not rocket science. This is truly beginner. This is truly fighting 101. Now it could be debated, oh, what do you know? Oh, what is this? It could really be debated, but at the end of the day, you got to realize look at the numbers. And it is what it is. I mean, they could do what they want. Sometimes they even go out of their way to make a new account. It's the same thing. They make a new account. It's still their total number is still the same. They still play exactly the same because they're still going through the exact same process. They're still a jabroni. They're just a way more experienced one. But what they are not is they are not a fighter. And this is what we're talking about in this day caliber. This is what we're talking about on day one, because this is truly what it's about. And you can't really learn this. There's only two ways that you can really learn how to truly fight, and this is by being around real fighters, which is very rare, or because of the way things go in your life, you actually have because everything is kind of in order. You go through you go through a pure fighting experience, or you can just truly go through a pure fighting experience. It's just in this day and age, fighting is such a valuable thing because nobody knows anything about it, and also because there's such a high percentage of jabronis. Just the ability to learn in fighting games is now coveted. You can sit out there and be like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and look up this tutorial. Have fun with that. I don't care nothing about a tutorial. You could say, oh yeah, let me go ahead and look up this research data. Have fun with that. At the end of the day, if this is what you're doing, you're not a fighter. These are the same people that will be there at the 1 million point, beating up on, the people that used to trash them when they first started playing. This is the reason why they got to sit there and do that all day. They just be in there with a whole bunch of beginners. Why is this? Because this is what they are. That is the capacity of which that they fight. It doesn't matter what they know. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they can do. It doesn't matter, what their rank is. It doesn't matter who they beat and nothing like that. Because the core, the background of the individual is who they are. And so unless you go through the right process, you won't have the right background to be able to be a successfully talented fighter and consistently win. It's just you're not gonna be able to have both of those things going for you. And like I said, the game is too dark nowadays. These people start catching wind of you having whatever it is, and they'll come for you just to try to prevent you from achieving that. These people are jabronis. And they do this because when they learn how to play, they learn from other jabronis. And jabronis fight in the dark. They are on the dark side. There's two sides in this. There's the dark and there's the light. And this is reflected in an individual's chi. You have dark chi and you have light chi, and it's most best illustrated in Street Fighter with the relationship with Ryu, Ken, and Akuma, as well as the ability of a character like M. Bison. These are real fighting dynamics, and the reason is because, again, fighting comes from the soul. What is chi? Chi is your soul's energy. Chi is energy. Chi is energy derived from your spirit to empower your soul. And when you are fighting, when you are fighting from your soul. You're not fighting from a tutorial. You're not fighting from what this technical data is. You're not fighting from all this experience that you've had beating and taking beatings. You're not fighting from toughness. You're either going to fight from the light or you're going to fight from the dark, because this is the only place where you are able to derive power to fight. You fight from your soul. And truly speaking, the best fighters are people that fight with the light. Why is this? Because the light is limitless. There's no limit to the light. And when it comes to the darkness, there is no boundary to darkness. That's the difference. There's no limit to the light. There's no boundary to darkness. And so how do these things take effect? Or how are these things reflected in a fighter? They're reflected in a fighter's character. But without going too far off track, most fighters fight from the greatest fighters always fight from the light. The light is the greatest source of fighting. Fighting is not something that is done. Fighting is not a specialty of the darkness. Fighting is not a strength of the darkness. It's not a function of the darkness. To fight is not a function of the darkness. And it's for this reason that the light always wins. The problem with this relationship is that the light is a much more difficult path. And it's for this reason that most people take sides with the darkness, because they don't have what it takes. Or better yet, a lot of times they don't even know what it is, because fighting is kept secret. Jabronis keep fighting a secret. Why is this? Because they operate from the darkness, and a lot of times they don't even know themselves. If they did know, even if they did know, they wouldn't. It's just one of these things. But to be a pure fighter, it's the hardest path. But truly speaking, I think it's the most worth it. Because if you fail at being a true fighter, then that just means that fighting just isn't for you. You know? And truly speaking, fighting isn't for most people. It's just in this day and age, a lot of people have gravitated towards different points within video games, and for reasons of um, for just all the wrong reasons. And it's because of this that now fighting is so much more convoluted. It's also because of this that you're seeing a decrease in fighting games. It's also because of this that fighting games are even moderated to a way in which they will they're moderated to a way in which is not cool. There's almost like more opportunity in fighting now, or it just is more conceivable to the average low life. And as time has gone on, and as these things have compounded over time, as things have compounded over time, the artist has been lost. People don't become masters, and they don't become masters. They don't even know what they're talking about. And at its core, this is because of aspects of the darkness and stuff like that. But this is also because they are because the power source to fight is ultimately the light. And you can use darkness to combat that and derive strength. It's just if you don't understand the relationship between the two, then you aren't able to derive your utmost strength from either one. You're not able to build enough chi to empower yourself on a spiritual level. You're not able to empower your soul in the fight. You're not able to build a persona in the fight. You can't channel your fighting persona, so you can't achieve an omega level. You never achieve personification in the fight, so you never evolve. It's almost like everyone knows what I'm. It's almost like Digimon. It's almost like Pokemon. There's no evolution for you. You just you steady you're steady a jabroni. You don't got no type of power. And this is how jabronis are. I mean, for the most part, that's basically what jabronis are. Now, the relationship between Ryu, Ken, and Akuma really reflect the range of chi, and this is power derived from your spirit. This is power. This is power. This is power derived from your. This is soul power derived from your spirit. Now, M. Bison is also really strong. And this reflects a variable of this dynamic in terms of like dark arts and things like that. See, the thing about fighting and the reason why it's like a secret, and the reason why it's like something that, you know, is passed down, it's kind of like the way that good and evil pretty much work. At You could sit here and look at the path in order to be a true fighter and be like, dang, that's really hard. I probably won't make it. Maybe so, but at least you won't be there. That's probably that's probably a good thing for you if you actually can think of it that way. But a lot of people don't. They see it from the perspective of, that just means that you're weak. You know, it's almost like they just look at it from somewhat of a shallow perspective. And it's this shallow perspective that makes the dark more appealing. Because on the dark side, there's way more going on. There, you have all these different options, all these things you can do. There's no boundary. You can do whatever it is that you have to do in order to win. You want to sit over here, you want to pick this person picks this character. Well, guess what? I can beat him just by picking this character, and I don't even have to try. This person does this, I can do this attack, and this attack will do 100 damage, and I can just get them out of the way. This person does this in a pressure situation. Why would I even stress myself out when I can just constantly use this attack that does all this damage under lag? They can't even block it. It's unblockable. So this is kind of like a beginner perspective of the dark and the light chi. I mean, it's all the same. It's all the same as you. It's all the same at its core. On the dark side and the light side, they're the same. It's the same reasoning. See, the difference between the light is that the light reasoning are things like ethics, or things like virtue, justice, you know, deception, you know, understanding of righteousness. You know, most people understand these things. Most people accept these things as sportsmanship. But these are actual ethics, like integrity. This is how they value their reasoning. And so on the dark side, this type of reasoning looks weak. And in a lot of ways, when these people are at low levels, it very much is. It's like, man, this person's fighting with integrity. This person is trying to do the right thing. And so they just look at it like, whatever, I'll just beat them up, and then I'll just say whatever I want. No one will ever have to hear what they have to say at all. No one will ever have to, you know what I'm saying, deal with this person at all. I can be greater than this person by using these dark arts and not even breaking a sweat. And so this is the core strength of the dark side. This is the reason why M. Bison is so strong. He's a boss character. He's literally designed that way. This man does a cartwheel, it's over for you. That's half your life. And this is the type of stuff that jabronis like. Akuma, this man is over here doing this. This man is over here doing this BS. He's over here doing these little weirdo kicks. This man over here doing fireballs, trying to low sweep you all day. This man has an unblockable. This man goes across the screen. That's half your life. Jabronis, they love that. That is the strength of the dark arts. That is the strength of using dark chi. It's dark chi is way more it's way more, I don't want to say concentrated, but it's way more accessible. Now, at its root, what truly fuels dark chi is hatred. So in order to really get the most out of the dark side, you have to be able to manifest hatred. So hatred can really get you through a lot of fights. You can fight with rage. So they fight with hatred, they fight with rage. On the light side, you fight with integrity, and you fight with love. So already you can see how one side is like, man, perceived from a shallow perspective is to be weaker than the other. You'll sit there and say, man, these people go down this narrow path and most of the times they don't even make it. When they could go on the dark side, and what's going to end up happening on the dark side? And this is what jabronis are. They over there talking about a whole bunch of stuff. They don't know what they're, most of them don't even know what they're talking about. And it's for this reason that the relationship between dark chi and light chi are what they are. There's no limit to the light. There's no bounds to the darkness. However, fighting is a matter of fighting ultimately the winner. And so fighting is a discipline of the light. It has nothing to do with the dark. However, dark arts are very effective. But see, the thing about this relationship is, once again, it's best reflected in Street Fighter because you can learn. You can, like, Ken is really strong. Akuma is just from the beginning stronger than all of them. A total problem. But Ryu can't be defeated in ultimate form. Not even by M. Bison. And M. Bison is considerably stronger than him in every way. It's just when fighting, at some point throughout the fight, you will be persona like real fighting, true fighting, pure fighting comes. It is a matter of the soul. And it's at this point that your soul is personified. In the fight, you are personified. A fighter is ultimately personified, achieves some sort of persona. It is through this persona that they win. It's through the persona that you're able to achieve things that most people can't achieve. So different people are personified different ways. A good example of understanding persona is a fighting game called Bloody Roar. It's one of my favorite fighting games. Some of these people are lions, some of these people are tigers, some of these people are bears. In Bloody Roar, my favorite guy, I think his name was Hugo. He was the wolf. That's my favorite character in Bloody Roar. On the dark side, these things will be different entities, different, they when their spirit is, when their soul is personified, they're personified as different things. And this is really what the fight is. This is the reason why they'll be sitting there, dancing around, jumping on the ground every chance they get. They be halfway across the screen. I mean, I don't know. They'll be halfway across the screen. So I don't know. Maybe these people are personified as road runners. Like, for example, Blanca, he kind of resembles like a hedgehog. So maybe when these people take a beating, they just curl up in a ball. And oftentimes, this is what they do. They curl up in a ball and just try to do everything, and then they try to make you lose by keeping you away from them, like a hedgehog. And so as they go through their these stages, when they get to the end, those million fights, they gonna be some real hedgehogs, man. They gonna be some they gonna be some powerful hedgehogs, but they'll never evolve. And if they do evolve, I mean, I guess that's what they are. They some powerful sand shrews. Level 100 sand shrew. And you could just be a level you could just be like a level 5 Snorlax and straight trash them. So it's just really about who you are, really, when it comes to fighting in its ultimate form. And this is the reason why it's best to learn it. This is the reason why the best fighters ultimately are derived from the light. Again, this is the reason why good ultimately always wins. Doing the wrong thing is always is fundamentally known to be beneficial in the short term. It's just doing the wrong thing is always known to be detrimental in the long term. And so, it is what it is. Most of these people, like I said, these people were playing games. These people were over here trying to make themselves feel good. These people just want someone to beat up on. They don't know anything about fighting. And so this is what I'm explaining. And this is really what we're kind of like going through in these early stages. Because this is truly the foundation for really being able to purely fight. It's the guiding decision, it's the guiding reasoning behind all your decision making. This is the reason why like research and all that other stuff can't outpace this. It's like, how much research could Muhammad Ali do? Like, what fights did Muhammad Ali watch? Like, stop playing. How much research could Bruce Lee do? What fights did he watch? Oh, man. So yeah, this is where we're at. And one thing I am going to do is I'm going to run this heater because there was recently some electrical work done and I don't think it should short anything out this time around. And so, yeah, light chi and dark chi is a foundational understanding of fighting. It's funny, I was watching Dragon Ball GT the other day. I was watching Dragon Ball Super the other day, and Vegeta was was going through this episode where he was like cloned by like Super Water, and the Super Water was like, "Go ahead, man, absorb his power while they're not looking." And Vegeta was like, even though the clone was like an evil Super Water clone, because it had Vegeta's character, it wouldn't take such a low route, and so it was like it's that sort of core ethic that really defines what side you are in this. Your integrity. Vegeta knew that the water clone had too much integrity to take a low route in trying to, you know, steal these people power and become stronger. He knew that because it was his imitation, regardless of whether it was evil or not, it was ultimately going to fight one on one, because that's how much it means to be that's what it really means to be a fighter. That's the difference between being a fighter and just being using dark chi. Or better yet, that's the difference between being a fighter and just being a black force. Or better yet, this is the difference between being a fighter or being a dark force. This is your job as a fighter. Your job as a fighter is to fight for virtues. It doesn't matter anything about anything else. And so, at its in its ultimate form, it's for this reason that the fighter is able to fight far beyond any variable of the dark side, because there is no limit to the light. It's just from a perspective of limitless through boundlessness. Boundlessness seems to be the more ideal thing. It's the easier route. It's the easier route up front. These people say, man, if I go down that route, I might not even make it. That's the point. That's the difference. That's the decision that you take on in the beginning. That's the point of fighting. You're not fighting for yourself. You're ultimately not fighting for yourself. And so this is pure fight. Now you can take this however you want. A lot of people they really don't take sides in this thing. So for this reason, they stay in the middle. The only the only issue with being in the middle is you don't have access to as much power. It's just that simple. Now they'll sit there in the middle and they'll do research. However, this will not benefit you unless this is a talent of yours. In this case, you might not necessarily be a fighter. You might just be a strategist. See, there's a difference with this. But regardless of whatever you are, you're not able to achieve the highest power. People literally people literally sell their soul to be able to fight, to learn how to fight. They literally do this in reality. People sell their soul in order to be able to access art. The reality of the matter is that 90% of the time it doesn't work. And it doesn't work because they never had what it took in the first place. So, by sharing the pure approach, it's more or less putting it in the universe and kind of showing someone how to really fight from the beginning. Because without knowing how to do this, I mean, you pretty much just a video game player. You'll just be just like the rest of them. I mean, it's the reason why things are as trash as they are now. The prime of fighting games was around 2008. And the reason it was the prime of fighting is because you had the internet, which allowed people to play online. So it brought like, the most amount of fighters together. But then also you had people that purely learned how to fight. You had actual fighters. And so for this reason, the play style, everything was far beyond what it is now. The players were able to achieve greater heights because they were actually fighters. There weren't any jabronis. There weren't any stream monsters. So there weren't any jabronis. Now it's changed substantially. This arc is flooded and there's a whole bunch of jabronis and they're all trash. There are a lot of fighters. And if there are, they're lost. They don't even know what they're fighting for. They don't have a purpose they don't have a reason to fight. They can't achieve their greatest potential. And it's because they've never crossed paths with someone who understood fighting, was a master of fighting, has any real experience actually fighting. They just run into a whole bunch of weathered jabronis, which don't know what they're talking about. And so this is where we're at. So anyways. The objective at this very moment is to play against the arcade and the computer and achieve gold. And just achieve all gold. It's not an easy task, and not just to achieve all gold, but to achieve all gold with different characters. Reason being is because at this stage of learning, there is not a player base that can facilitate being able to learn at this point. So you have to play against the computer, but it's all good. It's all good because playing against the computer, you can learn way faster. And one thing that I want to do, dang, one thing about Soul Calibur that's really bad, Soul Calibur 6 that's not good, is the fact of there just aren't a lot of options. Like, so it's this is the caveat to playing against the computer, is like you just can't get, they don't have any arcade options. It's like you sit here, you play arcade mode, and then it's like aside from arcade mode. And see, this is another thing. Because I'm writing the concept for Soul Calibur, I'm in the future. What I am going to share is more like what I am going to share is like the developmental process, like the concept development process. But now that I think about it at this very moment, I'm just gonna kind of more or less keep that to myself. But given what's going on with this arcade mode and how limited it is, I'm gonna play on legendary with the objective of getting a golden easy. It's just the issue with easy. It's, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just warm up with legendary. I'm gonna warm up with very hard. And so yeah, I have goal with Sophia. I haven't achieved gold with Sophia yet, which is the character that I gotta kind of achieve gold with. I also have to achieve gold with Hilde. And then I did take an easy gold with Siegfried, because I was kind of upset at easy, because I realized that like gold on the lower ranks is not necessarily a matter of being able to like win as much as it's more of a matter of being able to speed run. So I just sat there. I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get Siegfried and just like and then you know what I mean, and just bulldoze through this to see what happens. And this man barely got gold in easy, which let me know where we're at with easy. But regardless, I have to get a goal with the hard difficulty with Siegfried, goal with Sungmina, and also a gold with Nightmare. And I think I should get a goal with Nightmare. I'm just questioning. I think Hilde is a better person to get gold on very hard with, just because the character seems to suffer in ring outs. I don't understand. So for this reason, I think Nightmare is going to be the character that I'm going to get a gold in with easy, and then Sophia, I'm going to get a gold with her on normal, and then Hilde will be a more harder difficulty. It's just the speed run variable of the way this arcade mode is balanced for gold. It just requires too much ring outs, and it requires too much. It requires like either that or like really fast damage. And I don't know, Hilde. She needs all this She needs all this time to charge all the damn time. So that's just not really the move. If I could point out a flaw at this point when it comes to Soul Calibur and Hilde's and Soul Calibur 6 and the way that Hilde is kind of in this game, I would say that the character is not strong enough when it comes to ring outs. But anyways, let me get Nightmare ready so I can go ahead and get through easy with this dude, because I need to get these gold medals out of the way. And I want to do this while I'm here on this holiday vacation, because when I'm like out and I'm kind of like busy, if I am going to play like a video game, I can't really. It's way more difficult for me to play to justify playing against the computer. So I just want to get like this part of the learning arc out of the way. And this is especially necessary for me because these jabronis they're they're big time losers.
Hall, warriors
and for
dance
this
in a
reason,
masquerade of
especially
death.
in Soul Calibur, they really are just jabronied out to where like at a ground level the game is just
my blade's beauty.
because the way that they there's no regulation to the matchmaking.
Bleed. Bleed.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Battle 2. Fight. Battle 3. Fight. It's over. Try to have some dignity. Still one more.
Dang, I'm still alive. Dang, this man is still alive.
Battle 4. Fight. Try to have some dignity.
What is happening?
Still one more.
Darkness! I shall drown the world in both!
Oh man.
The winds.
Battle 1. Fight. Bring out. Battle 2. Fight.
What is this? You know you. I don't understand. This man. I don't understand. You should have been in the car. Like, I don't know. I guess in Soul Calibur it's more instant.
Stand. Battle 3. Fight!
Wow, it's so instant. Wow, look how far it is.
Ring out! The battle is over.
Yo,
Show
me and
respect
Zigby have
for
the same golf
fallen
swing.
who fought so bravely.
My soul, do you still thirst?
But yeah, as far as that conversation about the dark and the light sheet, I mean, just know of it as just a reference point.
A merchant ship reports. Battle 1. Fight!
Dang.
Battle 2. Fight!
But yeah, the purpose against playing against the computer is just to get used to fighting and then also to learn attack properties.
Stand. Fight to your last breath. Battle 3. Fight!
I'll make you submit!
Give in. Fetch them a cure.
Submit! I'll make you submit!
Wow.
Enjoy your treat! Give it up already! Submit!
Dang.
Ring out! The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Not finished with you yet.
The memories of ancient battles slumber, eternally unknown. Battle 1. Fight! Weak!
Time to die! Here
Dang.
KO! So, come to me! Battle 2! Fight! Here goes!
Dang.
This is it! Still fighting! Not bad.
Dang, this man has hands. Dang, you straight ducked that.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Battle 3. Fight! This is it! This is it! Devastator! This is it! Still fighting! You're mine! So, come to me! Battle must be eliminated! Fight! You're over!
Oh, what the fuck is this?
This is it! Still fighting!
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
My sword! Do you still thirst?
Blood, flesh, and souls are offered to the gods amidst deathly chants.
Solex belongs in my hands.
The nightmare will devour your soul!
Battle 1. Fight!
Ready?
Dang. What's going on? Hold on.
Bring up!
Dang.
Battle 2. Fight! This is it! This is it!
What is happening?
You're mine! So, come to me! Out of sight! Never! KO! Scuttle away! Battle 3. Fight!
Dang.
Depart this life!
I could have got charged.
The end. Your time is over!
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
Battle 4. Fight! This is it! Time to end you! Depart this life! Fight! Bring up! A storm of blood!
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Fight! My sword! Do you still thirst?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play Nightmare on Legendary just because I just don't feel a challenge. But a lot of this has to do with the fact, I mean, Nightmare's a boss character, so that's that. But then also, with him being a derivative of Siegfried, it's kind of like, I'm already familiar with the character. It's similar to me playing Armor King. It's like I already know the character, so it's like, it's almost kind of like, I know that I can, it's almost like it's only a matter of time before.
The desire for power leads the warriors to the arid desert.
The character is as good as Siegfried.
Quench your thirst!
Boring, just like the rest of them.
Battle 1.
Fight! This is it! This is it! Now watch!
Yeah, right!
Battle 2.
Fight! This is it!
Damn it! Stand aside! Rhea! Yeah, right!
Dang, that move is wild.
Stand. Fight to your last.
Battle 3! Fight!
It's because
Stand aside! Stand aside!
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Darkness! I shall drown the world in both!
a consequence of a lot of people not knowing how to fight is they will balance a game to the point where they take the fighting completely out, to where it basically
A
becomes
single
just a
slash
big
can
gamble.
cut even the frozen air in two.
Sword, quench your thirst!
I see, but I cannot lose here.
Battle 1.
Fight!
Dang. Oh, ain't it?
Battle 2.
Fight!
Dang.
Time for bed.
Dang.
Sleep eternally. eternally. Had enough.
Thank you, Amy. Dang.
Stand.
Alright, let me stop playing, man.
Give in. Little
Dang.
This is it. Hand over.
Dang, what if Amy wins? I did the best thing. I did the best I could. Look at this.
Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Wow, it's so funny how like
One
they
to
get
gain,
instant.
another must
They get
lose.
instant supers, but
It's
my
such a
supers just
cruel
aren't
world.
instant. That's cool. Like I just really like how I could just see. I like how like I can see like my whole character, you know what I'm saying, do the whole charge, but with them it's just like they just push a button, the next thing you know it's a whole animation. Like stop it, man. But it's cool. So yeah, just playing very hard.
The winds fan the flames of the warriors' fighting spirits.
I'm done playing nice. The nightmare will devour your soul.
Battle 1. Fight!
Yo, why is this fool still in this fight? Man, fuck out of here.
Victory goes to the last one
Surviving
standing.
everything.
Battle 2. Fight!
You're sweet.
Battle
Like a mouth fight. This is it.
claim victory and bask.
My soul. Do you still thirst?
This is going to be hilarious because I don't know. I genuinely do not know if I'm going to be able to get a gold on easy with Nightmare. I just don't know. It's like I know I'm capable of doing it. I haven't had enough of a challenge with Nightmare to learn anything. And this is the benefit of playing boss characters.
Warriors cross.
Foul demon, perish!
The nightmare will devour your soul!
Battle 1. Fight! Ring out! Victory will not
It's hilarious. The replay is from the start of the fight.
Battle.
The whole fight was in replay.
Bring out. Battle. Fight. Bring out.
claim victory and bask in the glory.
My soul, do you still thirst?
The cacophony of battle cuts through the deathly silence in an invitation to madness.
Sword, quench your thirst.
Do not delude yourself, thou wretched fool.
Battle 1. Fight! Battle 2. Fight! Stand back! This is it! Battle 3. Fight! Stay back! Now watch! This is it! Darkness! I shall drown the world in both!
In a cursed castle hall, war...
Battle 1. Fight! Stand back!
Come on with this, man. Like, what is going on?
Victory will not come easily. It must
The
be
weird thing
seized.
about that launch is it's realizing it's a launch. I'm saying that thing is supposed to do something.
This is it! Stand back!
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Battle 3. Fight! Stand back! My father! How could I...
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
I shall kill you 1,000 times over!
A merchant ship Battle 1. Fight!
Hand over. Stand back.
Battle 2. Fight!
Give in. Little girl. Stand back. Little girl.
Look, get out of here.
Battle
Beautiful
3.
noises.
Fight!
Hurry up.
Darkness. I shall drown the world in both.
I'm kind of trying to rush through it. And one thing that's kind of, I guess, taking me back a little bit is just how much damage Nightmare actually does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has high damage, but I don't know if his damage is higher than Siegfried's. Like, I don't know if his just regular standing damage is higher than Siegfried's. His attack seems to have more effects, but I can't say he's particularly like stronger. But he is
Warrior
faster and
spirits
he
are
does have
forged
more
below
range.
the never-
So
Battle 1. Fight! Victory will not come easily.
wow. I didn't know
It
that.
must be seized. Battle 2. Fight!
Give in. Little girl. Hand over.
Stand. Fight to your last breath. Battle 3. Fight!
Wow.
Ring up!
My soul. Do you still thirst?
Yeah, this man Nightmare is hilarious, man.
The desire for power leads the warriors to the arid desert.
Sword, quench your thirst.
Battle Battle 1. Fight!
Come on. Oh my goodness. They would do that.
Victory goes to the last one standing. Battle 2. Fight! Battle 3. Fight! Bring out! The battle is over. Show respect.
Darkness! I shall drown the world in both!
Alright. I think I got 1 minute to get rid of this, man.
Blood.
Sword, quench your thirst. The nightmare will devour your soul!
Battle 1. Fight!
Stand back!
Dang! The problem is they put the gates up on in the second round, so that was my ring out opportunity.
Fight!
Alright, here we go. 15 seconds to get ready for...
Sacrifice! Bring up! The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Darkness! I shall drown the world in both!
Congratulations!
Alright, cool. See, the thing about boss characters is what makes them really good is that they have really good options. But what boss characters teach you when you're like a new player is they kind of like are like it's like playing on training wheels. So when you are like when you actually know all of when you actually know like all of like the difficult aspect of fighting, then it's not difficult to apply the same logic to characters that aren't boss characters. It's like at that point then you can take advantage of the character's strengths. And that's the difference between playing with Dark Chi and Light Chi. With that said, I'm gonna go for one more round with Sophia. I'm just gonna kind of like rush through it. See if I can get this goal really quick.
A merchant ship replete with riches attracts more chaos than customers.
Oh gods. Guide me.
Ha! I'll fight you.
Battle 1. Fight!
Dang.
Battle 2. Fight!
Pardon me.
Not good enough.
Here I go.
Battle
Me no
3.
choice.
Fight!
Here. Pardon me.
This is as far as you go.
Dang. They would hit me with a super.
I'll decimate you. Don't even
I'm
try.
just kind of at a point where
KO!
Just one moment of peace.
well, I probably should have played extra hard before I played this. I don't know, this is day caliber. This is not like Tekken. I can't really play like mellow music and just kind of be. Let's see here.
In a cursed castle hall, warriors dance in a masquerade of death.
I'm sorry, but I can't back down.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Battle 1. Fight!
Come down!
Pardon me.
Battle 2. Fight!
Get there!
Thunder, run for me!
Here I go!
Battle 3.
do my best.
Fight! KO!
I cannot allow myself to fall yet.
The desire for power leads the warriors to the arid desert.
I'm sorry, but I can't back down.
Ha! Is that all you have to say?
Battle 1. Fight! Ring out! Victory goes to the last one standing. Battle 2. Fight!
Pardon me. Excuse me.
Time to die!
Excuse me.
Ring out! Battle 3. Fight! Claim victory and bask in the glory.
I cannot allow myself to fall yet.
Warriors.
My mission.
Battle 1. Fight!
Excuse me.
What?
Meet your maker.
KO!
Meet your maker.
Battle 2. Fight!
Rude. Your weakness! Naive. Despair. Take this.
KO!
There. Please.
Despair.
Battle 3. Fight!
Despair. Destroy not.
Don't get up. Don't get up.
KO!
It's over.
Gods, please forgive me.
A single slash can cut even the frozen air in two.
Oh gods, guide me.
Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. Say that again.
Battle 1. Fight!
Excuse me. You're it's over.
Stand. Fight to your last breath. Battle 2. Fight!
Here goes.
What a...
Here goes.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Here goes.
Battle 3.
Way already. Too late for sorry. Here goes. Excuse me.
Battle 4. Fight!
That's why.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Victorious!
Blood, flesh, and soul.
Do not.
Battle 1. Fight!
Wow.
Just desserts.
You clever.
Just desserts. Just desserts.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seek. Battle 2. Fight!
Bleed.
Pardon me.
Dang.
Battle 3. Fight!
Here goes.
Bring up!
Now.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Victorious!
winds fan the flames of the warriors' fighting spirits.
Oh gods. Guide me.
Well, aren't we cheeky? All right, then.
Battle 1. Fight!
Silence!
Pardon me.
Excuse me.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 2. Fight!
Here I go.
Earthquake!
Pardon me. Pardon me.
Worthless!
Pardon me. Pardon me.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Pardon me.
Battle 3. Fight!
Stunned!
Here goes.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Just one moment of peace.
The memories of... Battle 1. Fight!
Pardon me.
I'm not done.
Here I go. Here I go.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 2. Fight!
Here I go. Here I go. Pardon me.
Come at me while you can.
Here goes.
Still fighting.
Battle 3.
Let us fight.
Here goes.
Here goes. Not impressed. It's time to fight.
Oh gods!
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Just one moment of peace.
Congratulations.
So that's cool. I'm kind of tired. I mean, I really did just mash through it. I ain't even going, you know what I mean? But moral of the story is, in order to get a gold medal, it's not something you can just kind of like push your way through. You have to do so consciously. The thing about arcade mode is like, against the computer, it's one thing to beat the computer, it's one thing to beat the computer consciously. So you have to really determine that you're going to make a conscious effort to actually intentionally fight the computer. So with that in mind, it's like, yeah, you go for medals, but at the same time, you just want to actually really just try your best to learn. That's what the computer is really there for. It's for learning. And what the computer does, as I said in the past, is it basically replaces the good old people that used to play fighting games, because these people are no longer here. When these people are jabronis, these people take a loss, they quit. It's that simple. These people realize that you know something, they do whatever low life tactics they can in order to get through you. They'll pick a different character, they'll use cheating, they'll do all sorts of things that align with dark chi in order to personify something that's worse than what you are. And the reason they do this is because either they don't know anything about fighting or they're just not really fighters. A lot of people come into this for different reasons. A lot of people come into this because they're video game players. That's very common nowadays. It's at a rate about 50%. A lot of people come in this because they're opportunists. They want to be able to do something. You know, maybe they want to be able to be a part of something. So this is what's motivating them. And a lot of people come. Huge majority of these people come because they are losers in real life. So when they get on here, they want to beat people up to make themselves feel good. They want to beat people up so they can get people to kiss their ass. And that's pretty much what the dark side is comprised of. And that's the difference between being on the dark and the light. I'm on the light, so I'm not going to be running around, you know, hanging out with them fools, trying to sit there and play against them. I already know what they're about. They're not about nothing besides exploits. That's how they play. And so this is what Day Caliber is about. It's about explaining this dynamic and also showing it to you step by step, phase by phase. It's all the same. It's all the same whether you're a beginner, you're an advanced player, or you're a pure professional. Everyone's core fighting comes from the same place. Who you are as a jabroni, who you are in the beginning, is truly who you are going to be in the end. How you get there and the roads that you take are going to impact that. It's faster when you go take the easy route is always faster, but it doesn't pay off in the long run. The difficult route always takes longer, but it really really has a lot more down the line. The difference between this and just raw grinding is really what really defines a fighter and separates them from just someone who works hard at doing something and expects to get good results. And so that's basically my time on this one. And like I said, if you like this, you know what I mean, you like Soul Calibur, I'm also writing a concept for that, and that can be found in the description. But with that said, I'm all out of energy for this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right.